Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is Hubtunes. I am Mike. Doing a quick video because I actually went crate digging. Um, if you guys follow my channel, you know I don't really do a lot of crate digging. Crate digging. I don't go for a lot of like used records. Anymore. I've done that in the past. I have way too many old. I don't need any more old smelly records that smell like mildew or cigarettes or anything, So I'll dig every once in a while, and I'll find some stuff, but generally it's not my thing at this point in my collecting. But I was up in a far north suburb here in Chicago, Waukegan, Illinois, and I drove by a record store that I have driven by hundreds of times over the last probably 25, 30 years. I think it's called Play by Play Records. And I notice a big sign on the building that says for sale, and there's a sign in the window that says going out of business. And then it's like clearance sales. So I saw clearance sales and I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe it's time after 30 years of driving by this record store, just stop on in and see what they have. I don't know why I've never stopped in before, mostly because it's on a really busy corner, and when I'm driving, there's no place to park in that area. But I found a spot right in front, and I wandered in, and the gentleman was super, super nice. He is retiring after all these years. He is moving and selling everything. Everything must go. So I started digging around, and honestly, there wasn't a lot that I was super interested in. He had some sealed stuff that he was still pretty expensive. I was hoping some of that sealed stuff would be a little cheaper, but it wasn't yet. I might go back actually and see if he still has stuff. But his used stuff was all $4. Some stuff was $7. So I started digging. I had an hour to kill. I was on my lunch break, so I started digging, and I went to the jazz section and I found this for $4. This is Gene Ammons, The Boss Is Back. This is on Prestige Records. It's in pretty good shape. It's I would say it's VG plus cover. It does have a little bit of writing on the back there. It is I have the first bunch I'm going to show, I actually had ultrasonically cleaned. It's on the, it's a later pressing. This actually probably came out this is probably a 70s pressing. I'm not even sure. But this is a really good record. I had the first I bought like 10 things, and I had like 7 or 8 of them ultrasonically cleaned, and they cleaned up really, really nice. This is $4. This is a fun, funky record. He's got not a lot of people you would really know on here. It's definitely a 70s style sound for him, but I really liked it, and I love Gene Ammons. I was very excited to see that. In fact, I picked up a couple of Gene Ammons. I also picked up this, which is also a 70s press, I believe. And this is Jungle Soul. Really good. Kenny Burrell on guitar, Hank Jones on piano, Al Hayes on bongo. This is a fun record. A little funkier, a little more of that 70s sound. I think these are 70s. I haven't dug into. No, this is 69. So, yeah, really good record. And cleaned up. Absolutely perfect. $4. This one, I have not listened to this. This is on Blue Note. This is your classic Blue Note. This is, I believe, a comp. And it is Bud Powell, the amazing Bud Powell. And yeah, it is, I haven't listened to this one yet. But pretty cool. Very clean. Cleaned up. Absolutely perfect. $4. Like I said, nothing I bought is rare, hard to find. He knew. He knew if he had something rare. He had, what's that Tone Poet that just came out? the Chet Baker sings and plays. He had an OG 10-inch of that, and he wanted, what did he want for it? He originally wanted over 100, but he told me he would give it to me for 45. And then when I looked at it, it was pretty rough. So I took a pass on it. This is Black Country Suite for piano, bass, and drums. This is Prestige 7091, the great Mose Allison. This is a really cool record. It's got a little bit of signature handwriting on there for some reason. It is not Mose's name, but this is a cool record. This was actually the first one I played because it's the oldest of the records I found, and I wanted to see how it would clean up. It's a fun kind of Sunday afternoon record. Is it groundbreaking? No, but it is a really cool record. I love Mose Allison, and it's pretty old. This is a deep groove, Prestige, and this baby cleaned up real nice, and it sounds pretty good. It's got a few crackles and pops, but overall, I mean, once the music starts, you can't hear anything. It sounds really good. So I was really happy with this one, actually. This is probably my favorite find. Is it supposed to go that way? I think it's supposed to go that way. So Mose Allison. I like this one. This one I have not listened to, but I love Charles Earland. Charles Earland is a organ player, and this is a later press on Mercury. This is not anything rare, but I have not listened to it yet. I'm going to, though. I might do that tonight. He gets really funky with his 70s stuff, but I love his playing. I really think he's great. So I was really happy to find that for $4. And then the rest of the stuff is kind of just some, I have one that's great. I'm super excited to find. And then the rest is just kind of filling a few holes in my collection, not jazz stuff. So first one, I do not have a copy of this anymore. I used to back in my high school days. This is Little Feat's The Last Record album. I love this record. This is a pretty good record. Again, somebody wrote on it. Stupid. But I ultrasonically cleaned this, and it sounds really good. I wish somebody would just repress and remix all of the Little Feat catalog. It needs some love. A couple of these records don't sound that great, but this is a good sounding one. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. So the Last Record album, Little Feat. Bird Maniacs. I've never owned this record. I hear people talk about it a lot. It's got a gatefold. This is the Byrds. And one of the final incarnations. I haven't listened to it yet. It cleaned up. It looks really good. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and give this a spin. But a record I have not owned, but I hear good things about. Band I absolutely love. I got to see live a couple of times in a few bars over the years, and this is Chicago's very own Siegel Schwall Band. They are a Jewish blues group. They're similar to like maybe Paul Butterfield Blues Band, that same style, and Booker T and the MGs, that kind of rock and roll sound. This is recorded live, and it's really good. I was really impressed. The Siegel Schwall Band. I have a couple of their records. I did not own this one, and I figured, grab it. It's on Wooden Nickel Records. It's $4. I did not clean that one. I didn't clean any of these. The last one I got ultrasonically cleaned was the Byrds. These other ones, they all looked pretty good. I figured I could clean them up myself. And my ultrasonic cleaning, I took it to my local shop, and he charges $20 for 9 or 10 records to be cleaned, which honestly, it was totally worth it. So I filled this hole in. I did not own this on vinyl anymore. I did back when I was a kid. This is Cheap Trick's All Shook Up. Probably it's of the classic line of the classic records by Cheap Trick. Is probably not one of their most popular, but it's got a couple of good songs on here. I like it. So I didn't have it. It's in pretty decent shape. It's got all the inner sleeves and everything, and it was $4. So I picked that up. I was really happy to get this. Well, not really happy because it's not that great of a record, but I don't have it in my collection. And it was only $4. And it's still in shrink. And that's Paul McCartney's Flowers in the Dirt. The one with Figure of Eight. And what else is on here? My Brave Face. It's not a good song. What else is on here? Jeez, this is, oh, Put It There was all right. Figure of Eight. Wow, this is it's not a great Paul McCartney record. Most of his solo shit from this era is not very good. But $4, still in the shrink. It's in great condition, super clean. Add that to the collection. And I got this too. Another one that, has just, I probably had this on CD back in the day. I probably didn't have this on, and honestly, same with the Paul McCartney. I probably didn't have that on vinyl back in the day. But a band I absolutely love, and for some reason I do not own this. This is Once Upon a Time, The Simple Minds. I love this band. Alive and Kicking, I believe, is on this one. That was probably the big hit. But this is in pretty good shape. I probably should have got this ultrasonically cleaned. It's got some smudges, which probably would have, it's in good shape. It's VG Plus, at least. $4. So, this was one of theirs I did not have. This band's still together, still making music, and still making pretty solid music. We were talking about this the other day. They, I love their debut, A Day in the Life, and I love all of their stuff, and they're still together making music, which I'm really surprised. I got a couple of the recent ones that came out, in the last 10 years. They're not bad. They're not bad records. And then I think the find of the day. This was not $4. This was $7. And I was super happy to get this. We were actually talking about this record a couple of weeks ago. And it is a stereo version, first press, on roulette, of Tommy James and the Shondells, Crimson and Clover. The long version is on here, one of the great psychedelic songs of the 60s. I love Crimson and Clover. I love that guitar work. It's fantastic. This is a really good record. This is a great psychedelic record, and I don't think people realize it. Highly, highly recommend this entire record. It's really good. I Am a Tangerine, Do Something to Me, Breakaway, I'm Alive, Sugar on Sunday, and of course, it opens with Crimson and Clover, the extended version, which is the only version you should ever listen to. It is absolutely wonderful. And this was $7. It's in super clean. It is, the cover is VG plus. Yeah, the cover is VG plus, and the vinyl on roulette is absolutely spectacular. I know you can't see that, but people show that. Wow, this was the find of the day and made the whole trip absolutely worth it. So that's it. Yeah, I did some crate digging, and you know what? Honestly, none of them smell like mildew. Ooh, this one smells a little mildewy, but you can't smell it, unless you put your nose right up to it. Otherwise, it was a pretty good haul. It's something I don't do very often. Not going to continue to do it, but I don't know. It's fun. It was a good time, and the guy was super, super nice. I hope he has a wonderful, wonderful retirement and rides off into the sunset. Bye.